For the last 7 months, the Black Channel has been investigating what is now widely regarded as an internet scam, a supposed documentary titled Fatherless America, made by Thomas Alias Sotomayor. What we found are things that were questionable, troubling, and in many cases, downright false. The following expose is a summation of most, but not all, of the most troubling evidence we've uncovered to date. In July 2013, he said he was hired by TV One to work on celebrity crime files. He also repeatedly said he'd be working for TV One with something called Mad Dog Studios. After our previous investigation uncovered that Mad Dog Studios is actually a music studio that has nothing to do with television production, why did his story then change? And he claimed that he really meant to say Mad Dog Video after he'd repeatedly said Mad Dog Studio. And why is it that when you call Mad Dog Video, no one there has ever heard of him or TV One either?
This is Eric. Can I help you with something?
Yeah, I was calling to ask, I spoke to Al yesterday. I'm doing a documentary. We're thinking of doing something like Celebrity Crime Files, like on TV One. Have you done anything with TV One before?
I don't know TV One, no.
Okay. Or is that a Michael question?
No, I can help you. I mean, of course there is. I mean, I can... Mad Dog is my company. Michael works with us. He pretty much runs the bookings over here along with me.
Okay.
So either one of us can help you.
If any of this were actually true and had really happened, why isn't he able to bring forward even one person from TV One or Mad Dog Studios or Mad Dog Video who can confirm that they ever met him? In September 2013, he was given $38,000 by people to do a documentary. He's been spending a lot of money flying around the country with his Russian girlfriend, but isn't able to confirm any work being done on the documentary. Why can't he show any proof? He claims that he hasn't squandered all the money that people gave him. But if that's true, why is he now asking to do a second fundraiser for the same documentary if supposedly he still has all the money he was given in the first place?
And like I said, we're going to put it back up because people are asking to do another one of the things. A lot of people are asking. I'm like, I don't want to do one of those when I already have a website. But apparently people like donating to this whole Indiegogo thing. I just assumed if you have a website, they donate it there. You can see what it is. So I don't have the things up there.
Since our last expose, he is now trying to do a crowdfunding directly through his own private website, where there's absolutely no transparency and no government oversight to ensure how much has been collected or how the funds will be used. Can't he? Tommy has named a number of people that he originally claimed would be part of his documentary. To date, except for a conversation he had with one of the extras from Coming to America, all the people he claimed would be in the documentary have officially denied on the record that any work is or has been done, or have made no comment at all.
I don't know if you're familiar with Tommy Sotomayor, and
Yeah.
I hear he's going to be coming out with a documentary called A Fatherless America, which basically dovetails on what I've just brought up to you earlier. I want to know, he mentioned that you were going to be in his documentary. I just wanted to know, how was it filming for the documentary?
Well, we didn't film it yet. All I did was get a phone call, and we briefly talked about it, so nothing happened yet. As soon as it happens, I'm going to call you and let you know, all right?
In his attempt to deflect criticism from our previous expose, Tommy tried to do a diversionary photo op with a real video production company, DNR. Even though his picture clearly claims that they will be part of his production, once again, when it was actually time to produce money to pay for it, he calls off production. This was just in July 2014. An interview with DNR reveals a familiar pattern of behavior.
Now, this meeting took place on July 3rd. July 3rd. So he agreed on the 17th to look, all right, on the 17th, we're going to get started on this. we gave him a budget. He said, I have $40,000 to work on this thing.
But we were going to try to do it for about $20,000 and leave him $8,000 left over.
Right. The week of the 17th comes. That Monday morning, I reach out to him like, hey, Tommy, how's everything? Are we still set? Didn't hear from him. Wednesday, I reached out, didn't hear from him. The 17th was a Thursday, I believe. So Dave was like, oh, you ain't heard from him? Let me see what's up. So Dave sent him a text, and it was like, what's up? And he got back to Dave and said, oh, the money is I'm having a hard time with the money, getting it or what have you. Next week, we're going to get together next week. So Dave says, all right, he said that the money isn't right now. It's screwed up. He got it, but I said, all right, it came from Indiegogo. I don't know the procedure for actually getting the fund. So maybe it was a hitch that he know about.
Now, and when the 17th came and went, I never received a text or a call. So by the time the 25th came and he told Ricardo he'd have his lawyer send out a check, and the 25th and 26th came and that didn't happen, now I'm like, check number 2. So then when I'm going to skip past all that. So when everything he said didn't happen, and then that last day when Ricardo called him up and he started talking slick to Ricardo, using language that you don't use in a business meeting, because I already did not like the guy, I already had an issue, I basically jumped over Ricardo's shoulder and threw a verbal swing at him.
We've all dealt with people who squandered the money that we gave them, and when we asked them to show proof, they used every tactic they could to stall for time. And to most people, Fatherless America is now looking like a classic case. At the exact same time that he's telling DNR that he can pay them, he's openly telling people he needs to do another crowdfunding. Coincidence?
And like I said, we're going to put it back up because people are asking to do another one of the things. A lot of people are asking. I'm like, I don't want to do one of those when I already have a website. But apparently people like donating to this whole Indiegogo thing. I just assumed if you have a website, they donate it there. You can see what it is. So I don't have the things up there.
We need to ask ourselves how sincere this person really is about helping other people when he spent the majority of his time attacking black producers. Immediately following the release of Hidden Colors 3, Tommy went on what's been generally called a jealous screed of personal attacks against the film's creator, Tariq Nasheed. Here's audio from just one of several incidents.
In 3 episodes of a movie called Hidden Colors, trying to tell you where black folks be at, Jews never came up. You know for a fact there's a lot of hidden colors that the Jews did, and you did 3 damn movies and you never said a word. You just missed the hell out of that. So you are trying to help black folks be mad at white folks. Think about it. You trying to help the racial division, this stupid propaganda between, the black folks hate the white folks, and they're trying to hide our hidden colors. Just because there's a camera on you does not mean the cops still won't whoop your ass.
Thank you.
So don't get Billy Badass because somebody's right there hyping you up talking about we recording it. And let me tell you something. That dude did cause a lot of his own death because he sat there and thought because they're recording it, I can be belligerent with these cops.
What if you didn't know how to change a tire? You see your neighbor was changing his tires and you asked him, "Hey neighbor, can you tell me what you used to change your tire?" And if your neighbor says, quote, "I'm not going to tell you because if I did, then you would know what I know, and I don't want you to be equal to me," what would you call that? Most people would say your neighbor is working against you and trying to hold you down. In a shocking piece of audio, that is exactly what he tells a caller during his show 2.5 weeks ago. Here's the raw audio as it happened.
I had another question for you. I wanted to ask you, this is off topic, but I'm going to start my show again next month, and I wanted to ask what kind of equipment do we use? Because I give credit when it's due. it's on point. I just want to know what kind of equipment do you use.
Man, I got a gang of shit. First off, the hardest thing to get is these microphones I got. Shure mic. They're Shure SM7Bs. You get those, everything else will work out.
Do you still use the dashboard, or do you have some kind of little panel or something?
So I don't have a panel or board or nothing like that. I do all my stuff. What's the word? My stuff is nigger rigged. I used to have all that stuff at my other studio, but because I have to travel so much, I figured out a way to do something that I can set up easily in my travel. So some stuff I'm not going to tell people how to do it.
I got you. Because I know you travel a lot.
It's my personal setup. When I tell people how I do everything I do, then they will sit up there and they do it themselves. Certain things have to sound like me.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, these microphones, if Shure ever came to me and asked me to be like a spokesman for them, these Shure microphones are really, really good.
See, because I got a Yeti microphone. I'm trying to upgrade. I'm going to check that out right there. But that's that's all fine. If you start back up your show, I mean, I can say we start off on the wrong foot, but if we start back on the show, I'll come on the show. That's much respect, man. Much respect.
Because we black men. Look, man, at the end of the day, black men, we are supposed to be honestly trying to work together. Even if we don't see eye to eye, we do have an understanding that there's a lot of shit against us. So why be against each other?
This project is clearly troubled, and the person behind it has huge questions of credibility that need to be addressed. There are real problems here, and it's time for some real answers.